What's up, everybody? We're back. Okay, let's get to doing this stuff. All right, so I've been refining the way everything looks here, so a little bit more zoomed in on my face. I do want it to come down just a hair. Let's see if I can fix that. Oh, no, it's fine. It's just when it's set to the other setup. Okay, so I have a tendency to like crouch down while I'm playing. All right, we're getting back in here. What I want to do is I want to give you a very quick run over just some of the stuff that I've been working on, and I want to let you guys know that I'm gonna keep trying to come out with a bunch of content, especially because in 4 days I'm going to have fiber internet. Okay, but I'm actually being heavily affected by my rheumatoid arthritis and a bunch of other stuff. I'm not saying this because I want sympathy or something like that. I'm simply saying this because I just I'm in a lot of pain, and the other stuff that goes on with me, it does, it gives me brain fog and all this kind of stuff. So it makes it hard for me to do my specific style of YouTube content where uh, I don't make, here it goes. It's happening right now. Where I don't make like scripts and stuff. I just do everything straight off the cuff. Uh, which works out well for me. It doesn't work out well for everybody, but it is what it is. Just bear with me, please, because I'm a hurting unit, man, right now, and it's not the fault of my doctors. It's none of that stuff. We're just having to deal with the fact that I have some liver problems, and we got to get me figured out on that before, so that we're not like giving me medications that mess me up. We don't want to fix my rheumatoid arthritis, which we know how to do for the most part, and also kill my liver, that kind of a thing. So it's not their fault. It's just one of those things that has to happen. And it's rough. It is. It hurts a lot. But I will survive. I'm a tough guy. I'm a tough guy. I'm tough. So, anywho, what we want to do today is we actually want to go and start building the nuclear reactor. I don't know if I'm going to be able to start it. I still need to do a little bit more research, but we are going to do that. Before we get in there, now that we've done that, I did all of the updates in the first 2 minutes, which is perfect. And it immediately started lagging. Stop it. Stop it, Minecraft. It just does this occasionally. I actually decided to get a in NVMe heatsink, believe it or not, something that in many circumstances you don't need. But it seems like there's a hot pocket, delicious hot pocket. No, a hot pocket down in the bottom of my case where my new NVMe goes. It's actually running like up to 20 degrees hotter than my other one. My other one has a heatsink already built into the motherboard, so I picked up one of those. They're like super cheap. They're only like I think this one with tax was like $15, and it's huge. It's this massive overkill for my NVMe drive. But I was just like, why? I could either spend $10 on one that's tiny and might not do enough cooling for me, or I could spend an extra $5 and get one that's just total overkill for the amount of space, or for what it is. And it's like, okay, I'll just get the one for $15. So, uh, maybe I'll talk about it. If it really drops the temps, maybe I will. You never know. I do have a decent little camera that I can go ahead and take pictures of to put into the videos. I dug through a bunch of old boxes and I found this old Kodak. What is this? An EasyShare C763. It's no good for videos, like it only takes 640 by 480p, but it actually is 7.1 megapixels and it's got optical zoom, which means that I can get really, really clean looking traditional pictures. Back in the day, I used to recommend these to people. Olympus is better. I know this is weird to talk about old cameras, but in my experience, Olympus cameras are absolutely fantastic. But Kodaks are about, they're good enough for 90% of people. These older Kodak digital cameras, I can't speak to anything beyond like, early 2000s cameras. But back in the day, Olympus was amazing, absolutely amazing quality pictures. So, anywho, the only recommendation I make on that is to get one that has optical zoom, something you really don't see a lot nowadays. Optical zoom is infinitely better than digital zoom. Using a small amount of digital zoom on your camera is okay. You're not going to lose that much in clarity and just overall beauty in your picture. But having a small amount of optical zoom, like that one's 3x, is beautiful. Beautiful. Because it's real zoom. Anyway, let's stop talking about random things. So, you'll know that I had these two spots down here that were filled with farms. I moved my farm animals over here because I realized that we're nearing the end of this series, and I didn't really need to do much more automation. I also got enough storage. I didn't even make any more since the last videos that I made. I got plenty of storage for the stuff that I'm doing. What I really want to try to get is the mechanism suit. That's my hopes. But I need to get nuclear waste. We know all that. So I moved the farm over here. I felt like building something out of dark oak. So I built this building. I don't think I'm actually even going to use it, but I built it. I wanted to build something out of dark oak because in my adventures of mining and getting wood and resources and stuff, I found dark oak and I brought it back. And I decided I wanted to build something out of dark oak because I do like dark oak. To be honest, I think it would be better to use stone bricks because I think the dark gray of deep slate, pardon me, is not quite enough of a contrast with the dark oak planks. I love the combo of gray and brown here, but in reality, I think it would have been better. Come on, let me sleep. Let's go. What are you doing? I think it would have been better to go with, did I just throw that on the floor? It would have been better to go with a lighter color for more contrast. I really need it to be daytime to show you guys this building. I'm not going to do anything with it. I just like building stuff. You know, I told you guys this in the beginning of these. One of my favorite things to do in Minecraft is just build cool structures. And I don't want to get into... I tried to record a video about this, but it was like 45 minutes of me talking about building aesthetics. So I'm just going to talk about the most important part. So I'm not just talking your ear off about nonsense. Obviously, I know this thing is too dark, so putting window planters is a good idea to bring some color to the entire thing. But another thing to think of when you're doing builds in Minecraft is to break up the monotony. Break up the, if you were doing a modernist structure, a modern architectural structure, then it would make sense to have the really just absolutely analytical distribution. If you look at this section right here, this is perfectly symmetrical all the way across it. Everything is evenly spaced perfectly. Okay. But you come over to this side and you see that I did something totally different. I actually took two support structures and put it in here. So why would I do that? It's to go ahead and break up that I'm living in a giant rectangle. I am in a rectangle, but it doesn't necessarily feel that way because I've broken it up. If I just had this stairwell coming up here, and like say a door right here, it would actually work out because it would be like this is the entranceway and then I have two support structures on either side. But let's just say I'm coming in here. If I had this continued all the way over to the corner and then I had that one continued all the way over here to the corner, wherever it lines up right here, that would mean that I would be, or no, right here. Yeah, right here. That would mean I am literally, it's just a giant rectangle. There's nothing interesting about it. So what I did in here was I went ahead and I decided to put a support beam right here and a support beam right here. When you're coming up here, it kind of makes sense because the stairwell is being held up over here. It would make even more sense if I was able to bring one up right here too. But unfortunately down here I have a mushroom farm. So I didn't want a support structure right in the way. I know you guys can't see much. By the way, if you're making a mushroom farm, I've had a lot of propagation. This is a way to do it. You want to go ahead and you want anywhere that there's going to be a 2 block high area, you want cobblestone slabs or any kind of slab because monsters won't spawn on it. Okay? Really straightforward. Got a lot of propagation going on. Things are growing. I'm getting more mushrooms. Boom. There we go. My red ones aren't doing too hot. I wonder if I was supposed to put those on stone. Maybe. No, I got some there. Okay, it'll be fine. They're just taking a while. So anyway, let's get it back out of the darkness. All right. So, anywho, break up the monotony inside of your builds. You'll feel much better when you do that. Okay. Now, like I said, I just wanted to do something interesting with this building. So obviously I have this kind of like cool looking, like, I don't know, vaguely Asian type structure. I don't know how to explain it, and then I've got the open plan that goes all the way down to the floor. This is conducive for someone who has a jetpack, but you might want to do something else if you weren't doing that. Like maybe put elevator blocks in the corner or something like that. Uh, but in the end, don't always make a rectangle. That's all I've got to say. I had to make I needed something to fill this void that was just grass down here. I tried putting down plants and stuff, and it just never really looked that great. It just looked like a big dead zone in the middle of my base. So I went ahead and I built this huge structure that was here because I like building stuff out of dark oak. It's cool. So, anywho, let's get to the actual meat and potatoes. How long did that take? Oh, it only took 11 minutes. So, what we need to do, here's the plan, all right? I will set up the plan so that you know. All right, so the way you build a reactor is you're going to use reactor casings. Reactor casings. These guys right here. That's glass. Reactor casings. You're going to need enough reactor casings to completely cover the bottom floor. All of the bottom structure is going to have to be reactor casings. So steel casings and lead. I have plenty of both of those. So what I do is I think to myself, will you get out of here, cockroaches? What I decided to do was I was going to go too long. So you want to remember that you're going to have if you want optimum efficiency, you want water on all sides, but you at least need water on two sides, as far as I understand, for the reactor, the fuel assemblies. Buddy, get out of here. You're killing me, Smalls. All right. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to go with reactor casings like this, because remember, I don't need a big reactor. Normally, what you would do is if you were going to have one fuel rod assembly and a control rod assembly, you would build it like this. So think of these as, is this right? Is this right? Did I do this right? No, I didn't. Over here. So we would go like that, and then we would bring up reactor glass or whatever else you're going to use, reactor casings or ports and stuff like that. And it would look like this, and then it would make a full square, with nothing in the middle. Then you would have you would have a fuel rod assembly or two fuel rod assemblies, and then you would have a control rod assembly on top of it, right? And then you fill up the entire structure with either reactor glass, all of this around here, with reactor glass or with reactor casings. If you want to see inside of it, you want to use reactor glass. Then you're going to need a couple things. So let's look at the things I just talked about. Fission reactor ports, you're going to need these to be able to feed fissile fuel into it. And you're going to need you're going to need a way to extract nuclear waste. You're going to need a way to put in coolant and a way to extract heated coolant. Okay? So keep that in mind. And then, of course, you can do logic stuff with it as well. So you could have like redstone signals that tell it when to fill it or when to empty it and all that kind of stuff. So pretty self-explanatory. Let's go ahead. Well, it's not. It's convoluted, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and let's make some fission reactor casings. I think I already made the steel casings. I'm pretty sure I did. Let's dump all this stuff in here. I don't need to be building. I just needed time to go ahead and process everything that I needed to do to go ahead and get this done. So, hence why I went and built a big old building. Reactor casing. Boom. We're going to want a few of these. Let's make 16 first, and then we'll see where we're at. So we want to have a little bit of space. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Right? Yeah, 1. Oh, okay, that's fine. Did I do that right? Yes. Okay. No, I didn't. That's too wide. I need it one less. Because I'm making a small reactor. So. No, I did it wrong again. I do want this one on this side, but I didn't want the extra one on the other side. Yes? I am just, this is breaking my brain, man. What's going on here? Okay, so I'm going to want this to be like... Yes. Okay. Okay. So I want one space in the middle. This is going to be the middle. Then I'm going to want to... Those are all going to have water above them. I'm going to have a fuel rod assembly and another fuel rod... Or I'll just have one fuel rod assembly. And then I need reactor glass. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to finish out the bottom floor. So let's go ahead and go 1, 2, 3. Let's grab 12. I know I'm going to need more than that, but it's okay. Okay. Perfect. All right. Am I doing this wrong? This feels like I'm making this way too big for a small one. I know that I need to do... This is silly. This is just silly. Let's grab a bunch more of these, all right? 12 more. So you need to come up... Because in a regular, like in this design, you would be just putting... You would put fuel assemblies here and here and here and here and here. If I just wanted one... Whatever. We're just going to do it. Okay, we're just going to do it. I'm just gonna wing it, all right, as we go. I think I have plenty of steel, so let's make more steel casings. Oops. Oh yeah, let's just type it completely wrong, shall we? Steel casing. Boom. We're gonna go bang, bop, boom, 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 boom. And now we're out of steel, which is not ideal, because I really need more steel. Dang it. Did I really not prep enough for this? I'm going to have to do this very slowly because I don't want to overuse my steel. Okay. So now let's check reactor glass. Let's sleep really quick. I already went 20 minutes because there was a lot of blabbing in this video. So it's okay. We have this. All right. We've made this the reactor casings. Let's check reactor glass and see if I can save myself some effort here. Glass in the middle. Enriched iron. Oh. How is my iron supplies? Oh, they're great. Fantastic, even. Let's actually take a couple of these. We'll set up one to turn into enriched iron, and I'm going to go turn this into blocks. Let's go ahead and do this. We're going to go like this. Boom. We're going to put those back there. We're going to grab these. Just use the amount that we have. And we'll set up some more steel generation as well. Hopefully I still have coal blocks. So we didn't make it very far into this because I had a lot of updates to do, but hopefully you'll bear with me. There we go. This is going to take a long time, even though we use blast furnaces or preheaters. This steel generation takes a long time, but this doesn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this turn into enriched iron, which we do like so. Wait a minute. What's going? Oh, wait. Enriched iron? Oh, yes. It's like this. Right? Let me put in some more speed upgrades. How many does this have? Not enough. All right. Yeah. Okay. Boom. We're going to put in 3 more. Bang. Now we're at 4 times faster. Okay, good. So, since we're nearing the end of the video, I know I didn't get really into a lot of this, but we'll go over this one more time, as I do in some of my other videos, a quick summary on what we just did. So we built reactor casings. Okay, that's these guys, fission reactor casings. You want fission reactor casings all across the bottom. Then you want fission reactor casing coming up on the edges. I believe you don't need to do ones on the top. I think you can do reactor case like glass, but don't quote me on that. Like I said, this is the first time I'm doing this. I'm just going off of what I remember from the videos. But you can fill these open holes with reactor glass, and it will let you see in. Okay, the other things we're going to work on is reactor ports, which we need some for water, which is going to be our coolant. We need some for putting the fissile fuel in. All right. And we need ones to remove fissile or the nuclear waste, as well as the other stuff. I'm going to tell you something right now that I'm so glad I watched on one of those guys' videos. Waste. Don't break these. As far as I understand, I don't know how to move them around, but apparently if you break a radioactive waste barrel, it will spray radioactive waste all over the place. And apparently it's big enough to like cover my entire area. What they recommend is piping your radioactive waste like way away from your base. But the way I see it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to bring it out and put it into a radioactive waste barrel right here. And if something bad happens, that will be an epic ending to this series. Okay? We're going with that. If this explodes or something happens that's bad, we'll just go with it as the end of the series, because we are ending the series anyway after this once, because I want to get things like polonium and stuff like that. But if I blow myself up in the process, it will be a testament to us all to not do what Azur did. Okay? Peace out, everybody. I'll see you guys on the next one. We're going to go ahead and keep building this fission reactor. Peace.